All right, no need to delay. Hey guys, hey Dustin, hey Gerhard, nice to see you. We're live again in my weekly spot here on Tuesday. Hey Jake, what's going on? Nice to see you. Um, yeah, another week, another 3 to 5 2 hour block here. Um, of more games on playscrabble.com. Happy to take requests. I would say let's do no longer than 25-minute games for anyone that wants to play. Nice to see some of you guys already in the chat. Dustin already there, already ready to take a scalp from me here. Actually, let me just hold on just 1 second. I will take this request in just a moment. I'll be there. All right. Okay. We're good now. Let's do this thing. So, yeah, just as a conversation piece, I'll be posting a pretty cool article. Let's get started with Dustin here. Let's get this game underway. Dustin got so close to beating Extra Typo. I will look forward to one of the two of us being Dustin's first, champion level scalp. He is going to get one of us. Is this going to be the game? We'll just have to find out. Yeah, and before I've held exactly. So this article, hold on. Let me get this link again. Copy. So yeah, this article just came out today. Stefan Fatsis writing about the if you were watching the stream a couple weeks ago, Canadian Scrabble Classic, you saw that I missed, unfortunately, a word that I do know, but not quite well enough to see under those conditions. But the story that resulted from that miss on my part is really quite amazing. And Stefan really did it justice in that article. So I'm definitely going to link that over the course of the stream just so people can appreciate the amazing, that's something that's particularly incredible about Scrabble, just because of the sheer number of words and possibilities in any given game. You get situations like that are just truly so fun when they come up, and they do come up. Just it's. I think of it as I don't remember if this is a real story or not, but some famous physicist or something once remarked to a colleague driving down the street, wow, that is incredible, right? Look at that car in front of us. And the other physicist says something like, why? It just looks like a regular car. And I think it was like Richard Feynman or something like that. So the story goes. And Feynman said, what are the chances of us running into that exact license plate that we see in front of us today? They're 1 in a bazillion, right? It's so low. It's amazing. So that's not very notable. That's not that interesting when you see a particular license plate that has no meaning or value or anything. It's still incredibly improbable. It's just kind of meaningless. But in Scrabble, and I guess in life in general, sometimes there are those moments where through some dumb luck or of pattern recognition or of just random chance that the two details in question or the detail in question actually is relevant or actually matters. Those moments are really quite fun when they appear. So, all right, what to do here? This is English US. I have the J and the Z. So I'm assuming I need to use one of the two. I don't see a great way to use both. This is the only way I could use both, and this is pretty insane because this word takes an E hook, and it would be quite disastrous. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and content myself with this play and move on and see what happens. So, hey, Purely, nice to see you. Obviously, already said hello to Binac for In Before Highveld, which, you know what? I wonder, I'm sure had I found Highveld, it would have been notable as well. Like maybe that story still happens the same way if I found the bingo instead of miss it. But given what transpired after I missed it, I'm content. If I had to miss that word for it to be a conversation starter and set off the events, that Stefan writes about in that article, so be it. I'll live with it. Especially because I still bagged poor Matthew in that game, so didn't end up mattering that much. GD Bup 23 says, I found a plate which said Bup, which, given your name, that is definitely a notable occurrence. Not sure what the chances are of that. They're not that big. Another instance of this that probably is like the king of this instance for me. If you guys are familiar with the New Yorker video on YouTube, there is a video on YouTube consisting of, Scrabble players' greatest moments, worst moments, funniest moments, craziest misses, whatever. And obviously the thing that I spoke about in this video was holding a rack of something. Oh, wow, look at my widget. My widget needs greatly increasing. Thank you very much, Chess Bunzo, for 2 months of subbing to the channel. Nice to see you, of course. The one where I look like a vampire, that's correct. It's so not that the comments section of that video really goes in on me pretty hard for my appearance, right? Things about my appearance that are mentioned in the YouTube comments of that video include my pale skin, the fact that I generally look sickly and like a vampire, my stained teeth from years of struggling with Crohn's disease. So a lot of comments on my appearance in that video. But the nice thing is, I am a national Scrabble champion, and if I want to whiten my teeth and get tan, I can do it. But those people will always be dumbasses. So that's nice. Score one for me in that department. So all right. Looks like Dustin. Looks like the turn history is like auto toggling. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Let me see. This is a weird position. I don't think I have. Oh, this is clearly the play. This has to be the play. I'm going to assume there's no way that can't be right unless I'm missing something very clear. So I play my J and my Z on my first couple of turns, and it does seem like the turn history, whenever a play is made, it looks like it's toggling over to chat by default. So that's definitely something I want to make a note of here at some point. I believe I have my bot up, so anytime you are unsure of a word, you can type !define in the chat, and it will let you know what that word means. So you can see piezo is short for piezoelectric, relating to electric current generated by compression of crystals. Now, if that actually helps you understand this word, then more power to you. I'm still a little confused about exactly what's happening to those crystals. Thank you very much also to Jake for the gifted sub to Blue Skies for me, a very familiar face to me. Thank you very much to Jake, and welcome to Blue Skies, who I'm very much familiar with from past Scrabble streaming. So, all right, so Dustin is thinking, I have this ready to go for a pretty good score. We'll see if it gets blocked. If not for that, I'm sure that I can come up with something else here. I guess it depends a lot on Dustin's next play. I think the odds are relatively good that he's going to play something here. The question is, will he go far enough down in this spot and block my area here that I would like to play in, ideally? Gerhard asks, do I know all the words in the Scrabble dictionary? So I would say the honest answer to that by most metrics is no, I don't know all the words. Not Iveld. So the thing about Iveld is that I do know it, but not as well as I needed to, right? So you have to define, you have to actually really, I know this is sort of a dodge, but you have to define no, right? So does knowing a word, ooh, that might block most of my, well, it doesn't block Titania and shoot at least. And maybe I have some, do I have some other idea? At least I can play this, which is not nearly as good as getting the extra points from the Z if I can reach that, but I can't do that as easily now. So yeah, knowing a word, right? What is meant by that? Yes, as Jake says, a difference between knowing and being able to find it in a game from an anagram with near certainty. Yeah, so that's it, right? So I recognize that word. I recognize Highveld. I've seen it before. I would not challenge it if my opponent played it against me, but I didn't know it well enough to find it in that situation, needing to turn the blank into a second H and play to a D on the board. So that's, there's definitely words in the dictionary that I am familiar with, but would struggle to find in a game. And I think this word, I'm almost positive that this word is Collins only. So it's not going to be, yeah, this is a Collins word. So I have to come up with something else. Maybe it's something through an A. I think I'm very sure this is likely to be blocked, but if not, the play that I'm liking here would just be Nauer here for a pretty solid score, 38 points, and it gets blocked. Okay, no worries. Nice play of Mim for 28, parallel here. So the word I put down briefly earlier with the Titania letters was anti-air. It was anti-air. So with these letters, turning the blank into an R, I would have had anti-air, making Za and Shun, which I believe that Shun is like a plural of shoes. Am I wrong about that? Yeah, a weird plural of shoes. So at least I was able to define that correctly. Okay, so what now then? The play that I wanted was blocked. Pretty good overlapping play here. It would be nice if I could do something, like down here with ink. It doesn't really feel like I'm going to be able to do that just because I only have this one vowel. So I would like to use one of my two R's for sure. I suppose I could play Merc. I mean, the nice thing about Merc is that it gets rid of my K, it uses up one of my two R's, and leaves this blank, which, as long as I draw, if I draw an E and almost anything else, I should be able to turn the blank into an S and probably bingo in 2 spots after Merc. It's certainly a little risky with this score, so yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit tricky. So anyway, to continue my answer, Gerhard, I think first of all, any set of words longer than 8 letters, I definitely don't know that well. So I have confined my knowledge almost entirely to the words that are likeliest to appear in a Scrabble game. And there are many, many words that are longer than 8 letters that are beautiful, lovely words to learn. They just don't have as much utility to playing Scrabble at an optimal level. So those are words I don't know. But even within that group of 2 to 8 letter words, definitely believe that I would not say that I'm flawless here. Okay, so let's see. Definitely bingos here, but I don't believe that I have any ending in S. However, I just got incredibly lucky to draw this Y, right? So the reason that that's so lucky is that I just played Merc, and I'm pretty sure this is a word. So now unwittingly, I just set myself up to play stuff like this if it doesn't get blocked. So that's really lucky. We'll see if that stays available for me. I could easily imagine that spot being blocked. It seems like a really nice place to play through the K with a good scoring tile. So we'll see what happens. Depending on what tile this is, I may still be able to play through. I have bingos like I can see right away. I have tourney, century, turnkey. Ooh, okay. So it does get blocked. Um, so I'll have to come up with something else. If there was something ending in E, this would be the time for me to play it. I have no vowels that fit under the G. Do I have any kind of like, something like this? I don't really think so. I guess it's worth at least thinking a little bit through this P. Do I have anything turnipy? It doesn't feel like I do. Is there a type word? I don't think so. If I had anything, it would probably be a 7-letter word ending in E, and even then, it doesn't feel particularly likely. So I think what I'm going to want to do here is probably play something a little aggressive like this, but keeping ER blank. That's just a really, really good leave, especially if I pick an S, it's like over. I'm bingoing in this spot every time. Even if I don't, the odds of drawing something where I can turn this into an S are pretty good. So yeah, is there a bot for hooks? Does Fe have any end hooks? Good question. I think there is probably, like, you can probably do this. So you can see there is a hook that's not playable in this. So the pattern command, if you are curious about hooks, can help you determine that. Pulling the Y is skillful. Yeah, I'm not sure if I addressed that already, but that made me laugh to see that again. Very skillful indeed. All right, I might be missing a bingo here. I don't think so, but let's just continue on. Okay, and you see I didn't draw an S, but because of that ER combination, it's going to become leaners and titanias if I needed to. But also, let's look through this Y. Obviously, this would be great to play through if I could find something. Okay, wipes, nice play to cut that hook off before I can get there. But even then, I should be able to play something like... let's see. I'm sure that there are bingos here that do well. I guess I would play enlarge here if I was going to play enlarge rather than play it with os. But let's look at this Y for just a second because we don't want to miss a huge play through the Y if there happens to be one. Just go through my alphabet real quick. D seems kind of familiar. E, F, G. So seems a little familiar, but maybe not. My gut feeling is that there's nothing through this Y, but I definitely want to just imagine every letter just briefly before I move on. Try not to skip any in my mind. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't think I have something big through the Y and hope that I'm going to trust my instinct, not go through the alphabet any further. If Dustin happens to have a play through the Y, that would be his lifeline back into the game. Let's see. Did I miss? So it was enlarge through a Y. Okay, there's not even any words, let alone something with a Y in 4th position to hit super hard. So looking good for me in this game. I've drawn the first blank and then the second, one after the other. Poor Dustin not getting what he needs to pull off the upset at all. And really for me, my only priority next turn is going to be just plugging up this area of the board however I can, just to prevent the nightmare scenario of a play through the Y scoring a zillion points. So yeah, once again, just if anyone is just arriving, cool article about my one of my non-plays, a play I didn't make, and the resulting story that it triggered at the Canadian Scrabble Classic. I thought this was a really cool article. No surprise at all to see Stefan writing an awesome Scrabble article. That's what he does. He churns them out. Why not play with swipes? No, I didn't think of it, frankly. I just forgot swipes. I could easily play leaners and swipes. That's fine. That's a pretty reasonable choice. You might not score that differently from enlarge, but not. Yeah, I think that would be fine to play with swipes. A little more closed of a board after a play like that makes total sense. I just didn't think of it. So yes, but yeah, that article was super cool. I kind of feel like so I wasn't misquoted in that article at the very end, but I feel like I misspoke. Right, my quote at the end of that article is that, what did I say? I saw God in the face of Scrabble. I feel like I missed the order of those words somehow, right? Don't you see, like, you see God in, I don't even know what. So I'm not sure. I feel like I got the order wrong of that phrasing, but whatever. I'm not gonna issue a retraction at this point. So yeah. But other than that, I thought it came out great. Okay, so Dustin playing to the Y, it makes total sense. I'm sure that was among the stronger scoring plays that he could have played. But of course, I like to see that. I saw a face in the Scrabble of God. Okay, so there are permutations of what I could have said that are slightly more confusing than what I did say. So that's nice. That's reassuring. Thank you, Ches Bunzo, for that. So, all right. So given that this Y just got taken out of commission, what then becomes the scariest threat? I don't think this G is really threatening. Probably I should be looking to play parallel to enlarge, or at the very least, putting a V out in space somewhere that really fouls up, right? Like if I could find a play that puts a V in this position, preventing overlaps, it would be a really devastating thing to the rest of the board. So what helps me do that? If this N were in a different place, oh, this N too. If an N in a different place would give me van loads. So that would be nice. The N's not quite in the right place, but that's okay. Playing something like Van looks like it's pretty defensive. The problem with it is that a subsequent play through the V creates multiple openings for the future, so it's not quite as good as it looks at first glance. I might end up playing something like that anyway. GD Bub says, I want to know what the most improbable word is now. So, like, there are words. We can debate this, right? How about this for an academic question? Who thinks that this word should be in the Scrabble dictionary? Right? So this word is not playable in Scrabble with a normal tile set. Are we including that word in the dictionary in case you play with your own word tile set, or you're playing with two tile sets at once? Like, why is that word even in the dictionary? It's not even theoretically playable. So one answer could be the dictionary is not a measure of playability in Scrabble. It's just a measure of lexical integrity. And if the word is playable in Scrabble or not playable, that's irrelevant, right? It's just what is the validity and usage of this word. I feel like if you look at it another way, you could say that, like, that word just shouldn't be in the dictionary. It doesn't even serve a purpose for it to be in the Scrabble dictionary. So anyway, I'm just going to play this because I see my time is getting low. I drew a bingo of haloids. I doubt it's going to play unless maybe Dustin does do an opening through this V that creates more space, and then I'm going to punish it with an S hook of haloids. Does that fit anywhere else? Oh, there's a funny bingo. There's a funny bingo to the T. Probably inappropriate for this channel, but yeah. So you can see what I would have through that T, right? Please, this is a family game, a family brand. Don't make me go any more in depth. Nor is senselessnesses. Yeah, so any word that's longer, like any word that's longer than, I don't know, a certain length is going to become likelier and likelier to contain more than four S's, right? So any of the nestless words is definitely, you're going to start to say, well, why is this in the Scrabble dictionary? But I don't know. There's just something about like, why is pizzazzy even there? It serves no purpose. That being said, okay, so no S hook for me. That's okay. I don't need one. I'm in good condition in this game. In fact, I can just play something like this, Lota, and score quite well. Let's just do that. It opens a triple, but it's okay. I hope I didn't miss a place to play Haloids somewhere, but whatever. Could have put SHI triple letter ode, and it would be, very nice. Yeah, TL, right, the TL combination. So had I left one tile on my rack, I still could have scored. I could have spelled my bingo there. Dan says, if I get jukebox on a rack, I'm quitting anagramming for good. Why is that? I feel like that would inspire me to keep playing or anagramming. Jukebox. I actually had a rack recently that made me think of jukebox in a Scrabble Go game. My rack was something like this. Jokes blank X. So I was thinking like, oh man, should I try to do something with jukebox? But ultimately I played jokes for 50, leaving X blank in that situation. Why do I remember that? I wish I could tell you. Hey Arlong, nice to see you. He says, weird how, we'll just go ahead and say it, weird how shitload is allowed, but not fuck ton. So, sorry everybody. I'll have to get the brand guidelines and see if I'm allowed to say that, but I'm sure that the latter of those two is going to be valid at some point. I'm quite sure that word is coming. It's just in very, very common parlance, and there are a bunch of other words like that. Okay, Dustin plays ig, which I think means to ignore. My rack is definitely weird here with all of the consonants, but that's okay. I should be able to come up with something pretty good. Maybe even just here. That scores quite well with the F. Leaves two S's, which if I get an E, that could be good because the ES combination is going to go under there still pretty nicely. Sure, let's do that. Okay, I didn't get an E, nor did I get any other vowel. Can't think of a 7-letter word that contains more rare tiles without blanks. Yeah, so there are some pretty cool, like this is a word that people often discuss as being, an interesting one. Very similar word to that is this one. So there are definitely words out there that have some pretty impressive firepower. It's very rare to see words like that, of course. Relatively as rare as something like Highveld or something like that. But that's the nice thing. The really, really low probability words as a group are individually very rare. But if you learn them all, you will get a chance to play at least some representatives of that group from time to time. And I think the best thing that I can say about words that are really low probability is that it is often the case, not always, but often the case, that the difference between those plays and the next best play available is pretty enormous, right? So if you have a chance to bingo with terrible letters and score a ton of points with terrible letters, and that's what low probability words tend to be, bad sets of letters that happen to form a bingo. If you're able to get a bingo down with them, it's a huge boon to you. Whereas there are lots of times when you have high probability words. Oh my God, I didn't know there was no overtime. So I lose. Shit. Oh no. Does this count as Dustin's first win? I wasn't even paying attention. I thought there was going to be overtime. Oops. Oh no. All right. Well, that's my first loss to Dustin. I think Dustin would probably want it in a different format, but yeah, as he said in our previous game, I think I could still time you out, which I'm just rambling and prattling on and on. And I take an 125 point time penalty. So we didn't have too much time left, but I didn't even look at the overtime rules. So sorry, Dustin. I would have played a little bit faster there had I known. All right, we got some more challenges in the hopper. I think the one from Jake was first. I'm going to pay a lot more attention to going fast, a little bit faster in these games. Um, so I saw the request there from Arlong. I guess by accepting this one, it canceled the other one out. So Arlong, if you want to resend that closer to when this game is over, I will be happy to accept it. So sorry about that. But yeah, sorry, Dustin. Should have realized that and played a little bit faster. Yeah, Musejix is definitely one that is well known in the hyper competitive scene as like that's the gold standard for if you can draw that as a bingo, that's like a legendary play. Queen Kunk's another good one. These are great words. You guys know a ton of these obscure words here. So all right. Well, a little embarrassing to time out there, but I just lost track of time, and I forgot also that there was no overtime there. So, all right, Jake opens with just ME. That's a little ominous to me. That says that that indicates that did they remove overtime? That's weird. This game doesn't have overtime either. So a couple of things. I actually got to write this down on some kind of notepad just so that I'm aware of it. So the first thing that I saw was turn history is automatically switching to chat without active toggle. And overtime seems to be removed from challenge games. So that'll be some stuff for me to check out. Stream notes. Okay, so got to make sure we're picking up all of those issues. Jazz Lake, another nice one. The two Z's make it a little trickier, I guess, but maybe not because you just need a blank. So, all right, let's see here. Let's try to come up with a play. I don't really have great hooks to ME. I have no hooks in front, and I only have the G here, which I don't think I'm loving those plays. I could just play Chi here. The nice thing about Chi, I have another I have an X, so I need help from my draw, but I could draw into some follow-up play that plays parallel there. So I think we're going to do that. And sure enough, I did draw a T. So if Jake does not have an I, he's going to be hard-pressed to overlap this spot, and I can get a nice play there in response. Maybe I have something even better than that. We'll see. We'll find out. Ajax is a proper noun. Ajax is the guy from the Iliad. Which one is it? Odyssey, Iliad. I'm going to say the Iliad, and he was a famous Greek warrior that was, second really only to Achilles in his bigness and strongness. Yes, most of them are dead by the Odyssey for sure. Good call. So, all right. So PE is the play. As you can see that Jake says staircase time. Yeah, that could be what time it is because I'm pretty sure I'm playing this. So we're going to continue the staircase. Oh man. It's not going to be staircase time if I get one more crack at this because I have this. Galyax. So let's see if I get a place to play this obscure bingo of Galyax. That is a valid word here. So and yeah, Pepe. That's right. There's this very, very Twitch here for Pepe. So a number of times, like a word that would be really useful in Scrabble is simply POG, POG, right? POG. Pog would be a tremendously useful word just because the G and the P do not mix very well. Neither of them are particularly amazing tiles. And getting an opportunity to play both of them in one move would frequently be a good idea in Scrabble to have those words together. So Pog would be, we will all welcome Pog with open arms. Okay, there it is. So if this were Battle Royale, I could play this with Aya. As we know, there in Scrabble, there doesn't seem to be an opportunity to play this yet. Maybe someday we will be able to play Aya, but at the very least, I can play this for 79. Is there any other better place to do it? That's 82, 3 more points. I probably give all of those points back just by putting an S in the triple lane. Makes it really easy for Jake to score. So maybe I should be playing... So YAE is also not good in this. So really it's between Galliax here for 79 and Galliax here for also 79. I think I prefer this positioning that you see on your screen right now. The reason that I prefer this is, what does it give back? It gives back an A to the triple, but the other positioning of Galliax that I could play is a little bit more troublesome just because playing it here still exposes this really good double-double lane to Jake, and he's been playing two tiles, two tiles again. He definitely has good tiles. So I need to be prepared for him to have some nice combination of tiles, and I don't want him to play them across two double word scores. So if I'm going to have the option to play two of these plays for a very similar score, this is the play I'm going to choose. And we move on. So, hey, Gertchie, nice to see you. Gertchie says my Binac subscription expired. Yeah, so, yes, Binac with some pretty fire emotes pertaining to Babel Royale. So I have to say, it's, for Babel fans out there, worth the price for sure. Oh, Blastoise has the oh my god. He's got the Ayaya and Iwi cube. That is beautiful. Very nice emote for Blastoise, who is along for the ride with us also in the chat. Hey guys, nice to see you all. And hello to WTF, as we often say I often say that with an army of WTFs, I could conquer the world. And I still believe that. All right. Con is the play for Jake. Leaves an I hook. I'm sure I have some idea of something that I can play there. Maybe I'm supposed to play something like Audit instead, just to cover up this triple and leave an I, which I can then, if I draw a bingo, I'll have a nice place to play it here with Icon. Reasonable plays. Let me just see. Am I missing? Is it possible that I'm missing something obvious here? I don't think I'm missing a 7. I don't think I'm missing any 8s. So, yeah, I feel pretty comfortable with Audit here. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we did not draw a bingo. That's okay. Do I have... Jake says he screwed himself up because you can't staircase anymore. Well, you still have a chance. If you have an I, you can sort of recreate the staircase. So it's not impossible. I will be thinking about what I could play there. I guess something like Fink looks okay. Moving tribute to Surf Fink. Oh my god, and there he is in the chat. Wow. That is insane. I was literally about to name check Surf Fink without seeing the chat, and then I look over and the first thing my eye hits is Surf Fink in the chat. Wow, incredible. Like summoning a genie from nowhere. Pretty amazing. So maybe I have to play that now, even though I guess something like this is also kind of tempting. Frizz. So the nice thing about Frizz... Ooh, okay, so, wow, I have more to think about. I was going to say the nice thing about Frizz is it doesn't take an E in NWL. So normally, if you saw this, in Collins, it would be crazy to play this because an E hook going across would be devastating. I don't have to worry about that, I don't think, in this dictionary. So, but now there's more to think about. There might be some stuff that I need to play here. It's possible Zerk is what I should be playing, just leaving a little more flexibility. Do I have a better Z play? Something that hits, or even just a longer word. Fremkin. I don't think so. I'm not seeing anything great. Frink. Sir Frink. This would be clearly superior if I could play there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. You guys can let me know if you see something better. I think Zerk is probably okay. And all right, we move on. Oh no! I blocked my own moonfish. Oh, SZ, so sad. Why would I do this? I can't believe you've done this. One of the great internet pieces of content of all time. Oh, wait a second. I forgot about, what did I have? Okay, I didn't have a hook to HERE. I didn't even think to myself, yeah, there's a TH, like there's, sorry, TW. There were things that I should have been thinking about there that I just forgot, but that's okay. There's also a bingo through the L with this rack of monofills. I don't believe that I have any of those. Okay. I guess right now my clubhouse leader of a play is just hoof, leaving the I again for this spot if I do manage to draw something good. This looks like I might have some stuff that I could easily miss, so I don't want to like immediately move on to the next term. Hey, what's up, a critter? NWL, more like an ML. That's right, a critter who has sort of supernova'd in Babel Royale into very difficult to kill presence, which, well, many people are that for me lately, but that's okay. Not trying to bring the vibes down here. But nice to see you, Critter. And Moonfist, yeah, the Moonfist. Unfortunately, no to Moonfist, but that would be, I'm sure there are games. I'm sure that Moonfist there has to be a game, maybe even like the Secret of Mana sequel. One of the characters probably has a move called Moonfist, I feel like. Anybody play that game? Seiken Densetsu 3. All right, let's play Hoof. Okay. I gotta have something here, don't I? Something through the eye. Do I somehow not have a bingo here? Minstrel. I might not have one. That would be a real shame. I'm close. But this might be a no cigar scenario here where I have to, I mean, I could just, correct my mistake of opening this big S hook if I wanted to, but I have not, but I know the series is good. Yeah, I was very, very devoted to the Secret of Mana series as a little child. I think other games that I have mentioned on stream before, I think we had a Chrono Trigger discussion, like all the Super Nintendo classic RPGs. Those are like a special spot buried deep in my heart. Maybe that dates me a little bit in terms of like what games are like that for me. Those are close to the top of the list. All the original Final Fantasy games. And then in college, the game was Halo. That was definitely my gaming venue of choice. Played lots of Halo. Any Halo fans in the chat? My name on my... Oh no, Jake resigns? Oh, okay. So I guess it must have just been, frustrating situation there. Sorry, Jake. Hope that was okay. Obviously, definitely got the. Yeah, Jake says I concede. Yeah, tough. That was a tough one. Had plenty of good stuff. All right, cool. Yeah, sorry about that. Next time will be better for sure. And let's dive into it with Arlong, who is definitely a fearsome player in his own right. I think this GL is from the previous one, so we'll reciprocate that right back at him. Yeah. Banjax. Oh, did it not? It didn't. Why didn't it define that for you, Dan? That definitely should have. Yeah, banjax. That's a word that I definitely have played in some context or other. Can't remember exactly when. Oh man, does anybody see any of you sharp guys in the chat see that what letter I'm hoping that Arlong plays here? I'm hoping he plays a certain consonant. Oh no, it looks like he passed or swapped his turn. So that's not terribly disappointing because I can play Zineb for 52. WTF says pass back. I don't think that's correct to do. I'm going to play Zineb. What I was looking for was an N. I was hoping for an N for this word. I misspelled it in the chat, but I just played Zineb leaving ED, and if I had got, or sorry, ID, and had I gotten an N, I would have had Benzidine. That would have been a treat. I'm pretty sure Benzidine is also good, if I'm not mistaken. Is that? Yeah, so it would have taken an E hook. Zoe. Okay, that's one of the words that you definitely want to learn. If you're sitting in the chat and you're saying, I'm kind of new to Scrabble, I'm enjoying watching Scrabble online, how can I improve? Zoe, right? Finding out words like this that have 4 vowels and a really strong tile, those are words that are going to come up over and over and over again. So Zoe would be high on a list of words that would give you a huge impact if you were able to learn that and be able to see it consistently. Hey, Jeremy, nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for stopping by. So to my ID, I drew a weird combination of consonants. Definitely going to be trying to rid myself of those. The tricky thing is, like, where can I do that? So this is a play that gets rid of my weakest combination of letters, IVY. That would be a really nice way to shed those letters. It doesn't score as much as I probably could here. If I were to play something like, I mean, I could just play Ivy here too for very similar, but I think I would much prefer Viney. It just doesn't open nearly as much. But stuff like this is also a little bit higher scoring. This combination of letters, though, is really unappealing. The Y definitely does better when it's surrounded with consonants than vowels, given that it kind of functions as a vowel already. Do I have any, like, I'm looking for some parallel play here, but I don't really see a way to do it, unfortunately. Veiny. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards just playing Viney, which is pretty uninspiring, but I can't spot any parallel plays that really do very much better. Is there nothing like... All right, let's move on. I don't really see anything much better than this, so we'll live with it. Help, I only have vowels word. Yeah, so there's like... So let's just look, right? So if we were to do playability order for 5-letter words, let's see what we get. So I'm using here, what I'm using for this is the study program. Oh, wait, what happened here? This is really funny. Playability. Oh, I see. Okay, I did this totally wrong. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, so what I did, this is the wrong search. So hold on. So this search is a list, which I just brought Ziziva up for this specifically. And this is a search, and this is the fifth most probable word of each word length. So the fifth most probable two-letter word to see is IT. The fifth most probable three-letter word to see is EWE. So you can see Zuie with that asterisk attached. So what I actually wanted to do with this is do length 5 and playability order 0 to, a zillion. And now what we're going to bring up is a list of what's the biggest bang for your buck. And we can set it to NWL just so we don't see any colons for people that don't want to see that. Oh, I guess playability. All right, well, we're going to have to. Okay, let's do it this way. So this will weed out any of the Collins words. So, all right, so you can see there's Zoe A right there. It's in the top 10. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th on the list. But this, basically this list is sort of which 5-letter words will give you the most bang for your buck when you learn them. So you can see, as Gertie says, a lot of Q words that don't have a U. You're going to see those over and over and over again. That is part of the reason why the Q is such a bad tile, right? That's why the very few words with a Q in it like this are so important to learn, because there are so few options that let you use that letter, that the very few that there are become of incredibly increased importance. Whereas most other letters aren't as specific like that. They can work pretty well with a variety of different combinations. So anyway, let's go back to the game. Let's see if this works correctly. Okay, cool. So Arlong plays ban. And looks like he's trying to execute a ban on me in the chat. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I cannot be banned so easily. What should I do here? This is going to be tough to overlap just because I don't have a vowel that fits alongside BA. I don't have an A or an O that would fit there quite nicely. I think I'm tempted to play something just like this, leaving a really, really nice leave. Oh, no, wait. I got to think about this much harder because I can play something like griped for way more points. Okay, hold on. I got to slow down. Gip is at least a worthwhile choice just because I'll be leaving a good leave with a decent place to play it, but Arlong is very likely to play there himself, and I kind of want to get there first. So I guess now I feel like it would be great to play something that, if something like something like that, something in that fashion. That's not a word, but something like that would be great here. I don't know if I have anything like that. So griped may be as good as I can get. A little worrisome to leave the G open and open triples all over the place, but it scores 34 points. Maybe I'm supposed to do something a little more careful. Definitely want to use the G if I can. Okay, I'll do this. I don't know. Not sure what else is out there. Ooh, wow, what an interesting draw that is. Oh man, my raid alert. Hold on. I have to do something with these to get the raid and follow and all of that stuff to be the same size. But thank you very much to Tabletop Hot Dish for the raid. Caught just a few minutes of as Tabletop Hot Dish is very, very consistent, very comforting to see a Tabletop Hot Dish stream go live. Watch some really high level Battle Royale play. lower stakes for me just because I'm not playing in the games. I get to watch him play at a really high level. So definitely recommend a follow over on his stream. Thank you very much for the raid. Hope you had a nice day of play. We are playing slightly less murderous version of Babel Royale that we all know and love of Scrabble on playscrabble.com, which probably most of you guys already know. But if not, I'm somewhere now on the Babel Royale leaderboards. I think I'm 6th. I think if I really were to take it seriously and keep grinding, I would probably be something like 4th or 3rd or 4th or 5th. But I surely would not be first. As a nice play there, Beatiest for a quite good score, 86. So I'm now in a little bit of a bind here with this queue. I could just dump it here. I could play here instead. But even when I do plays like this, it doesn't make me feel very good because the CW combination is not great. And actually, somebody just named, so Jeremy just mentioned Croth, CRWTH, and I kind of am close to that now with my CWT. Current challenge. The current challenge is just people sending me challenges, Jello Mochas. It's like a viewer challenge as opposed to I have some challenge. My challenge is just to not play terribly. So always a challenge when you sit over the Scrabble board. Maybe I should just play this. I just worry about this because I don't feel like I really draw very many bingos to this. Like, what could I actually hit? But then again, when you have the queue and you have a place to play it, maybe you just go ahead and hope for the best. So I will go ahead and do this, and let's just see. Oh, man. Actually, that's kind of funny. Crow feet. If I were to have an R or an O to play through, I could potentially bingo with this, oddly. I didn't consider that. Yeah, 0% Sneaky says, I just saw your 14 kill YouTube video. Yes, that was certainly the stars aligning. A few other people have done that now. Not only that, I'm pretty sure that Scrabble, who is a Scrabble player in his own right, no surprise, as you would expect from his name. I think he killed all 15 people in a game, so he's sitting atop the leaderboard there. But it's definitely not easy. Well, first of all, it's not easy to get a lobby that full at this point. The lobbies are definitely a little bit less full and a lot tougher because it's a lot of diehards that are continuing to play. But even back in the day when things were hopping a little bit more so, it's just very difficult to kill everybody that fast. So you just have to be a little crazy and snake your way around the board as fast as possible, leave people by themselves in the corners and return to them later. Apparently noob is a bullying term. I'm going to reject that premise and allow Dustin to say noob. Okay, Og is the play, covering up that G in the corner. This is a pretty poor board. Playing without an S here makes all the difference as to whether you could possibly bingo. Wow, more people needing to be uncaged from auto mod. Sorry, guys. But yeah, in this situation, I definitely need to be considering ways to open more space here, just because there's not a ton. These lanes aren't very good. I guess the major issue is there's not a great way to do that. I may just have to bide my time with something that's not particularly open, but just scores decently well. I really want to use my W here along with one of my other tiles between these three. I would love to use two of these three and also score decently. I think the play is going to have to be this. I cannot imagine a better idea. This is a little risky just because a very simple overlapping play here will cut my Zineb's hook off, which I don't want. Nobody wants their Zineb cut off. But I'm going to risk it. So, okay. Gertie says, I actually saw the play. Yes, that's nice. That's a good feeling, right? To see the play. That's, you're playing along and you spot the play that you would do, and it turns out to be the play that I do. That's not a guarantee. I could still make a mistake and are, the stars could align where I pick the same play for the wrong reason. But I think I feel quite confident that was probably a good play in that scenario. So I'm still trailing. I drew kind of poorly, but that's okay. It's close enough. So definitely my eye is drawn to this area to try to overlap. The F fits here, but I don't believe I'm likely to play something, so this is not playable in this dictionary. That jumps out as a good idea. It's not going to be an option for me here. An organic fungicide. Yes. Another one of those words that's probably of outsized importance in Scrabble. And not used. Well, I don't know. Is Zineb used on lots of lawns all over the place? Around. I'm not much of a lawn guy. I'm closer to a whatever, black thumb. What's the word for somebody that's bad with plants and lawn care and stuff? I'm definitely. So my wife and I, just having moved house into a house that has kind of interesting architectural footprint, I'm not really that interested in mowing. So basically, anybody with any Twitch primes in the chat that wants to support my lawn maintenance fund, go over to Wanderer 15 and use it there. But you can also use it on this channel too. Yeah, I haven't streamed that much on my own channel, so not gonna shill for subs there. But yeah, not looking forward to. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna throw money at a lawn maintenance professional rather than be going outside and doing my best to cut the grass and treat it nicely. Okay, detox. That's not that helpful to me because I don't have any vowels that fit underneath. So, unfortunately, I probably am going to play something like this and hope to draw vowels and maybe an S if I'm lucky. Let's just see if I can come up with some other idea here. Oh, wait, hold on. Do I not have... I got to at least think about whether I have a bingo through this O, which I haven't at all. I very much doubt it. It just every instinct I have is telling me there is very unlikely to be a bingo there, so I'm just gonna play this and assume. Oh man, okay. So the game is close, right? The game is close. But I feel like I'm teetering here on the brink. It just would take one good rack for Arlong to bingo again and put this game into a bad state for me. So I'm just praying to hang in there just a little bit longer. A critter says, just bought a house with a nice yard, gonna have to throw a bunch of money at it. Feels bad, man. Yep, homeowner. That's like first world homeowner problems. I definitely historically have, I have not had a high enough value of my time in my professional life to not mow the lawn myself. And that's like in the division of labor that my wife and I have arranged, like that's fallen to me for sure. Like that's my thing. I'm the lawn guy. So in that spirit, like if I have now enough to throw money at the problem and be done with it, I'm definitely going to do it. So, oh man, pod. Oh, this is scary. Pod scores 13. It makes a really big H play. I wonder if Arlong is setting this up. I don't think so, but maybe. Unfortunately, I just have no plays that fit here that make any sense at all. The play that I'm leaning towards is just this to undouble my N and C, but it really, like, I need serious help here. I'm going to need, like, an S, ER, like ER for confers. I don't know what it's going to take, but I'm in a little trouble. Let's see. Can I do something like... No, I don't have, like, there's nothing here that makes very much sense. I guess I could play font, leaving CCN. I think I still definitely prefer bank to that, just because I want to keep a vowel here for flexibility in the future. Whatever. Let's just try this. Oh, man. Oh, that's very, very helpful. So at least I have something threatening. Or flounce or something like that. Something here. I'm not obviously loving this counterplay, but at least I have something to threaten for next turn. Cat cam. Yeah, so not to drag the stream down too much, but right now as we speak, little guy Fitz, that most of you from Wander 15 streams are very well aware of. I'm sure you guys are fond of seeing Fitz pop on the cat cam. He is at the vet right now getting an ultrasound. We just need to figure out exactly what's happening with him. He's had issues for a little while, just with his weight dropping and some other digestive stuff. And, always a little alarming to hear from the vet that the C word. Don't like hearing that. So we're hopeful to not hear that word once he gets a couple tests done today and tomorrow. He's still his happy-go-lucky self, but definitely weighing on me a little bit today and for a little while. Hoping for the best for him. So so confused. So what should I do here? Flounce. Maybe flounce is what I should do. The reasoning being, if I'm going to play here and I have to bingo somewhere or other here, having there be multiple spots that I can play in as a counter would probably help me. Whereas if I play confuse instead, the issue there is once Arlong takes this spot, the C is blocking counterplay there. So if I'm going to make one spot, I probably should make two, just so that I can get a chance at using them both. So let's see what we get. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's just a good... yeah, that's pretty good. Cryotron. That's going to be a nice play if it stays open, and I really feel like it should, because this is easily the scarier of the spots. So yeah, we'll see, hopefully. All right, let me see. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the good vibes. Appreciate the kind words. Bess says, how about out fence? I didn't even think about that. Out fence is definitely considerably safer. I think it's so many fewer points that you have to at least be thinking like, okay, well, after out fence, I score like 15 fewer points, or maybe not even. And then my opponent gets way more points after flounce a lot of the time. But then how many do I get usually in that spot afterwards? Okay, so 57. I mean, that's way more than Arlong was going to score normally. Let me just wait a second. Do I not have something down from this T? Probably not. Erythron. What else should I be looking for here? Hey, the J Quinn says, yeah, I think I'm so sorry to hear of your loss, first of all. I think the nice thing from today's examination that we just got back from was that the initial vet visit that we had with him indicated that that really it's possible that like lymphoma was more likely. And then today's visit, we're leaning closer, oddly, to IBD, specifically Crohn's disease, which would be cruel irony because I also have Crohn's disease. So I have often joked that, like, our cat with his digestive issues, that like I, passed them on to him. And now I feel guilty for even making that joke. We'll see. But I think that would be far, far preferable, obviously, if it were Crohn's than some of the other alternatives. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope for the best for our little guy. Imagine if there was a blank power-up in Babel. It would be absolutely bonkers. So powerful. It would be so strong. I think Babel is very well balanced without a blank in it. Gerhard says, how can Scrabble remain competitive with so much RNG? I mean, that's a great question. So, like any game, there are many games that have RNG, obviously, random number generator, just randomness in general. You can think of a game like poker that has much more RNG than Scrabble, right? Like you could play a hand of poker against the best poker player in the world, not only a hand, but an entire day's worth of hands against a really, really good poker player and just draw so well that you would win money from them. But I think in general, any game that has a skill component and an RNG component, all that really matters is the time horizon that you're talking about, right? So the individual game, even if the best player can beat a slightly not as good player, like 55% of the time, that's enough of an edge where as long as you extend the time horizon out into the future, the better players, higher skill will win out, even in the face of RNG. So in Scrabble, what we do, like in tournament Scrabble, to test that hypothesis, and it's pretty, it works pretty well, is you play a lot of games, right? So at the national championship in Scrabble, typically you would play anywhere between 28 and 31 games to determine either the winner or the finalists. So 28 games of Scrabble. That's a lot. That's a lot of games. And I think in general, you can't know for sure. Even that number of games is not enough. Oh, my time. Let's not flag this time. I don't want to flag this time. I see my time. Let's not go over time. This is such a good question. I want to answer it. Let's just play. Let's see. I'm up by a fair amount. The C is really blocking things off there. Danglier, dragline. This isn't good in this, or else I would play that. Oh, dragline. Okay, yes. So I have a bingo. Whoops. I literally said that word and didn't see that it fit. So that's... okay, so continuing on, even after 28 games of Scrabble or 31 games, I don't think it's a guarantee that if you play a national championship with that many games, it's not a guarantee that the best player there will win every time. But I think what it is a guarantee of is that a really good player will win, right? Like you can't, with that much time. Oh no, Arlong says I have IKLOOST. Why is Toolkits not good? So Toolkits, not to troll too hard, but Toolkits is good, just not in this lexicon, right? So Toolkits is good. Not only that, I just blocked kilotons through this N. So I just got very, very, very lucky. Blocking the bingo to the N with a bingo of my own, and there's a pretty regular word, toolkits, that happens not to be playable here. Brutal omission from NWL is why. Chess Punto says, nice. That's a good burn. He says, I've heard most people consider 2017 to be an exception. Yes, that's fair. That's fair. I will say this, right? If you were going to think of an exception, you would think that it would be somebody that just barely, by the skin of their teeth, won the national championship that year. And I clinched the national championship before the final day of play. Literally the final 3 rounds at the 2017 championship were just for funsies for me. So just for funsies. So that was nice. That was definitely nice. Okay, so Took is the play. I'll probably just play this just to continue to not go overtime. I don't think I missed anything huge there. Yeah, Jello Mocha is another national champion hanging out with us in the chat. Actually, I think it's fair to say that he is still the reigning champion as Arlong resigns. Yeah, the score was getting a bit out of hand, 437 to 300. So, yeah, Toolkits not being good was definitely kind of a troll for sure. That gets you right back in the game with a potentially good draw. But, yeah, I mean, that's going to score like Toolkits would score 100. So, unfortunate for sure that was not. Reigning in many quotes, he puts. But yeah, I mean, it's been a while since we've been able to hold a national championship. And Well, it's a little unclear what exactly we're holding this year. We're holding the SPC, the Scrabble Players Championship, just because I don't think NASPA is permitted to call its event the National Scrabble Championship. There's also a really cool event in the Word Cup, which has the size and prestige of a national. So there's definitely going to be events on the calendar this year that are going to be every bit as difficult to win as any other national championship that's taken place. So looking forward to those events for sure. Um, but don't know if there's a rule in tournaments against playing phonies every turn. I mean, I don't think there's a rule against it. I think it's, one of those things where the the rule book and ethics are not diametrically opposed, but would have different things to say about that. So, Scrabble Championship of the Nation. Does that? Yeah, I don't know if that gets around the general sentiment that that Hasbro laid out when they reconfigured its relationship with NASPA. Very diplomatic. Sir Fink says I played 6 phonies in a game on stream once and got 2 through. Very nice, 33%. And baseball, that's a really good percentage. You would be a top hitter in the league with a percentage like that. Yeah, I'm free now. If anybody wants to challenge, if not, I can definitely amuse myself with the computer and wait for. Yeah, it looks like overtime is not up anymore, oddly. So I'll play 3 minutes against the Grandmaster, but knowing that I'm definitely going to flag it. So maybe I'll just play 15 and play really fast so it doesn't flag. So we'll do this. But if anybody would like to have a game, feel free to challenge Wanderer 15. Make sure you pick the Wanderer 15 with the picture of me holding the check. That's how to. Oops, I have it to English US. That's fine. So that means I can't play QIN. I probably just have to play this in order to get this off my rack. Partook. I think this is a. Oh no, never mind. I have 2 E's, not 2 O's. Yeah. Wait, you can flag the computer. Yeah, it doesn't play quite fast enough. To to finish games off all the time. So, all right, Vogue, that looks pretty good. I probably want to play something like, well, we had just talked about poker before. This seems pretty good. Just need to make sure I'm not missing anything considerably better. Actually, this looks massively better. So the reason this is massively better is that it scores well and leaves an R for next turn, and RET is just inherently a better bingo leave than a 2-tile leave, a similar 2-tile leave. So let's just play that. Okay, well, we drew too well. Definitely going to have some bingos here. Pre-trim could be a good option. I'm sure there's other ones. Maybe not, actually. What else could there be? Printer. I probably don't want to do printer just because it makes sprinter. Oh, well, never mind that. So we don't have those options. I could play trip. No, I want to play here. Trippier. 74. That seems okay. Striper. Isn't there a... Is there not a, like, tripe? This isn't a word, but isn't there something there? I don't know. Trippler. Okay, let's just play Trippier in the interest of saying, like I promised, to play as quickly as I can. Let's see what's going on here. Is the computer actually Bingy Sanders? No. Yeah, Arlong, you can feel free to send another challenge for sure. If no one else is in the queue, I will definitely take repeat challenges. If other people want to play that have not played before, then we'll give them preference. But yeah, for sure, happy to play. Thank you very much to Disco Brisket for the follow. Appreciate you coming aboard. Oh man, Ghazi. This G just sitting out here. What do I do with this? Surely there's some play that Have to use, if I can, I would love to use my W and my U, but that's going to be tough. Yeah, I feel like in situations like this, sometimes I feel like there is a clear best play. As soon as you see it, like some play like this isn't valid in this dictionary, but just something that scores way better than everything else. What could it be? Something with this. This is Collins as well. That would be kind of nice. Okay. I don't see anything super good. I would like to close this off. I would spend a lot of time looking at this because for some reason I feel like I just have a major spider sense that I'm missing something here. But okay, let's just play anything to continue on with the game. Something like that. 28. That doesn't feel very good at all. I think I need to get rid of WU here. Can I do that? Award. No, that just looks terrible. This one, if for whatever reason, this play is really throwing me for a loop. I just feel like I can't figure this out. So anyway, let's just do wrap, I guess. This is really bad. Okay, let's just move on. Oh, gooey duck. Oh, there it is. Okay, so yeah, if I were just a little more patient, I definitely would have tried to find that. That is clearly the best play here. Gooey duck, without question. That would have been way better. So that's a shame. Nice find. That's a very, very good find. Oh yeah, it would have still been available. So you can see I paid the price big time there for missing that. This feels much less controversial that I should be playing Swived. Yeah, Gooey Duck was the play for sure. And I got hit in response. So Swived left, I think, UC, and I drew another U. At least I have the J to score decently well with. Although now I'm not 100% sure where I'm supposed to play it. Maybe I just play this for 31 and try to draw some juicy play, no pun intended. I could do this for 32, leaving CUU. Oh my god, the two U's. Like I would definitely love to get rid of the J here, but at the same time, that leave is too terrible. We have to do better. Ooh, this is kind of nice. I feel like there could be some fun stuff here with eject or something. Okay, that's not too concerning. I'm still trailing, so I'm not doing great here. I need to figure out a way forward, almost like Purger or something, but not quite. It might be okay to just play G here and do my best to draw something. I don't really know where this would play, unfortunately, so. Hey, what's up? Hey, Axer Typo, how are you? Hey, Josh. How are you doing today? We got everyone in the chat loves Axer Typo, myself included. I am one of the proud people who are featured in an emote with Axer Typo, which is one of the honors of my life, I must say. A true honor. We love Axer Typo, don't we, folks? Definitely want to. Let's see. How do we? If anybody is not following Axer Typo. I strongly recommend hopping on over to his channel, tossing him a follow. Great Scrabble player, super fun watch, making a ton of content, fighting the good fight for us all. You will not regret it. Now, what the F am I supposed to do here? I'm just going to play G because I'm not sure. Oh, man, and I drew Arcuate. So that no longer fits. Maybe I'll get incredibly lucky. Arcature. Oh, almost here. Almost here. This would be a word. I'm gonna have to get lucky. Okay, no way. Doesn't open anything. Okay, the time is running out for me to get something here. So I need to be probably a little more proactive than I have been to try to open something. There is a blank. I don't love this. I'd love to keep my E here. Not sure how I can do that while also opening. I guess I could do this. That keeps a U, which is not what I want either. RQ8 really isn't playable. That's such a shame. This isn't a word. It's good in Collins only. Okay. This isn't a word, or else I would definitely have some cool ideas here. Today I got a blood test and a sample for urinalysis. I hope that's not a bad sign. He's also 14 feet tall. He has great content. Yes, that's all true. All the positive. He shares great articles, etc. with us. Yep, all true. Speaking of great articles, just want to continue to plug this one. This is a really, really cool article that dropped today from our foremost Scrabble scribe, Stefan Fatsis, about a really cool series of events that happened at the Canadian Scrabble Classic not long ago. Oh, look at this. I should play something. Maybe I should just play this. Scores pretty well. Let's just do this. Because it scores well. Maybe I can outscore the computer if it just kind of peters out or has a bad rack. I don't know. Outscoring the computer is tough when this particular computer engine, all it does is pick the highest scoring play every time. But by picking the highest scoring play every time, counterintuitively, it can fail to compensate adequately enough for future turns and start to run into problems, which did not happen there as it scores pretty well. Let's think about this. I don't think outscoring. I know I just played 8 for 31, which was a lot. 31 is a lot, but I do at some point I'm gonna need to. I guess I'll play recur here. I could play rearm as well. Recur is definitely better. I got to get the U off. It's no great option here. I don't know. Let's just go for recur and hope for the best. Oh man, I'm drawing bingos. Manteau is a word. Maybe, just maybe, I get lucky and the computer plays something like here that lets me overlap, right? It's possible. It's possible. A long enough play here or something ending in a vowel or something just right that lets me play Manteau would be amazing. Oh, okay. So all right. Thank you very much. The real problem here, though, is that these tiles are quite terrifying. So even when I bingo, the odds of the computer having a bingo in response are quite good. But maybe, just maybe, I pick the second blank. Maybe I maybe it just happens not to have a good overlapping play and I draw the H. Maybe it has a Y and 3 A's. Either way, I have to play this. Oh, look at this. So depending on what the computer plays, what is it gonna play? Is it gonna kill me with Athodid? Is it gonna play ATHODYD and just heartbreak me instantly? Come on. What are you gonna do? No. It blocked. It scored a lot of points. But wait a second. That's not that many points, right? Like, I should be able to win this. DHT blank. Maybe not. Oh, that's such a shame. Oh, wait. Isn't this a word? Yes. I didn't see that. Wannikins. I literally was so disappointed. I was so disappointed that I had anginas in the bottom block, and I was like, oh man, am I really gonna have to like lose this or struggle in the end game? And then I was just like, all right, let's see. How about this? How about this? How about this? I guess maybe we could try here. OMG. That was basically my thought process there. So, all right. Wanigans for the win. The lumber camp. Yes, we love lumber, don't we, folks? That was a lucky situation. All right, a repeat request from Arlong, which I'll be happy to accept, but anybody else should definitely feel free to put a game request in the queue. So Arlong got absolutely soul crushed by toolkits not being in NWL before. 100-point bingo. That was disappointing, but back again for another game. Thank you very much to him for another challenge. Hope it's a good one. So yeah, the Wanigan shenanigans. That's right. So yeah, I'm not really confident that I played that game particularly well. But all's well that ends well in the end. So that was nice. Way to finish that game off. There's definitely, I know there's at least one, maybe two bingos that I can draw here. Is it two? Hold on. I feel like my brain is getting tickled by a certain one. Maybe it's just a T. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I was hoping for a T. I have this at the very least, but let's look around. Let's look around. I might have something else. Yeah, in that Slate article, Axer Typo is also quoted. He was the commentator. There's a clip from the CSC stream where Axer Typo says that I am the king of blank bingos. I am the king of blank bingos, which definitely appreciated that comment. At the same time, the stats don't lie, right? Like, it's very difficult for me to defeat Dave Wiegand in blank bingos. In Collins, maybe in NWL, I still am pretty good, and there's not that many people better. But even then, people like Mac Meller and Noah Walton, Evan Borofsky absolutely is another. So the two people that I find very difficult to beat, not impossible, but very difficult, are Dave Wiegand and Evan Borofsky. Those guys are the real kings. Those guys are the real MVPs. All right, I don't think I am missing anything. So let's just go ahead and play this and draw quite nicely again. This looks pretty good. I would assume that I will have something nice to play somewhere or other. This is kind of cool. I don't know if that's actually the best idea. There might be just this. It's pretty good. So I should have some good options here. Direct repetition of what O'Connor said. Yes. So Matthew may have said that. Just wanting to be, humble and Ohiveld being the king of blank bingos. Got it. Okay. So fair enough. My ego led me to read in context that that it was me that was the king of blank bingos, which I'm not the king. I'm good because I've practiced quite a bit, but certainly someone else should get that crown for sure. Still my king. Thank you very much. And what does that make Josh? Are we kings? Are we two kings together? That's one of my favorite Tenacious D songs, Two Kings, where Jack Black and Kyle Gass, his bandmate, sing a song about how they're going to lead this utopian society as two kings together, and they get into some hijinks related to that. Unwhite, that's a nice play, by the way. Unwhite, 52 points, double-double. That looks quite good to me. Do I have anything that ends in an O? I don't think so. Quito. What geographical location is Quito the capital of? I know it's a South American country, right? Or okay, Ecuador, so Central American. Sorry. Yeah, Quito. Or wait, Ecuador. My geography is not on point here. It is South America. Yeah, I was thinking for a second. Wait a second. No, Ecuador is near Brazil. It's been a long time since I thought about that. All right, so what am I actually supposed to do here? I can't play equation to the end. Equation, I was about to say. I'm leaning towards playing this just because it scores well with my Q and leaves a nice combination of letters. Photo is a little, not only does it take an S, also takes an N, G. So this is very, very hookable. Got to be careful. Let's just do this. I don't think there's anything super better. Okay, well, what are you going to do? Sometimes you draw that. I drew AOR blank to my leave of TIE. That happens. So that's a very good draw, needless to say. How good was C3, B3 equate? So equate right here. That would have been pretty good. The reason that it's slightly worse is, 6 points on the scoreboard, first of all. So this scores +6 to that play. The other thing about it is that for your future turn, keeping an E really does help your bingo chances. That E is just an all-powerful bingo tile. It is the best bingo tile in terms of its representation in longer words. The S is probably the best bingo tile in actual fact of playing the game of Scrabble and what it allows you to do when you have an S. But an E is a really, really good bingo tile. And if you can keep it and score similarly or better, it's usually a good idea. So that E is definitely helpful. Did you hear about the new Ecuadorian diet? It's keto friendly. That's a good one. Jeremy, you really are you have the exact mindset between being a very good word game player yourself and the punning that you are capable of. I think this is a great fit of a community for you because we really are all about that in Scrabble. Wordplay, punny wordplay. I suppose that should come as very little of a surprise that Scrabble would be replete with punsters. So, yeah, let's see here. Wait, what happened here? Something on my Twitch dashboard. There we go. Okay, fixed it. I haven't been running any predictions or anything today. Maybe we can do that at some point just to get a little more interactivity going. But thank you everybody for following. We're most of the way through. I wonder. I just want to check. I wonder if my poor cat is still at the vet. So yeah, at some point it'll be great to go pick up our poor cat. He's gonna have to go back to the vet tomorrow and get more stuff done. But just I feel anxious leaving him by himself. Poor guy. But he's in good hands, obviously, at the animal hospital. So anyway, Olive is the play for Arlong. It's very close, even after the first few plays. Oops, I just clicked on his profile there. No cause for alarm. Yes, you guys with the founder badges. Very, very nice. Thank you, obviously, for everyone's support of the channel, which we are hopeful that will become sort of a self-sustaining thing if we can get more content coming here on a really regular basis. That's definitely my goal, to make it this factory of Scrabble content of all different shapes and sizes and types. Prediction is how much will I win by? Nice. Thank you. All right. So I've got a blank. I guess the best score that I'm likely to get is playing something from the sea, something like creation. I'm not loving the opportunities that gives back. I'm wondering if there isn't some safer idea than that. I could do something like this. 68. This still gives back pretty scary opportunities, but maybe this is this better? I don't know. Photog, photos. Maybe I have some cool play through NM that's just style points. Okay. It's really something like goatier, whatever the best word that I can find from the C, or maybe splitting the difference with something from the L, like labor right or something. That doesn't feel right. It's got to be one of these two things. If I think that this gives me some better board control, which I'm not convinced that it does. Let's see. If I play this, the scary thing that can happen is certain tiles like the X. The Q is already gone. The Q would also be tough to fit there anyway. But what would really suck here? Probably just the X. And it's very difficult, actually, to get a good X play all the way through there. Maybe a K would suck. What other words do I have? Boracite. Ceratoid. Is this better? No, that's probably much easier to... Oh, this is like asking to get crushed. This vowel, consonant, consonant alignment is just asking to get hammered with a 5-tile overlapping play right here. So I think creation definitely looks better than that. Even if ceratoid, I don't think ceratoid takes an S. I don't even care. Erotical, loricate, creation, reaction, actioner, anoretic. Operatic. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. Not 100% sure there, but we got to make a play at some point. Aeration from the A in Silamata. That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. I don't think that's necessarily the best play just because it doesn't score nearly as well, but it's a good play, and if you can spot a bingo from those positions, you're already ahead of the game. It's not easy to spot those. My bot, unfortunately, Gurchi, my bot may still... I need to update it. I need to update it so that people who are actively predicting can still define. The later versions of the bot allow that to happen. This one, unfortunately, does not. So I will come to your aid there. Oh no, it's not that's not on you. It's totally not your fault. That's like, we need to fix that. That's an us problem. That's a me problem. It's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. The classic. That is a classic. All right, hold on. Just checking, making sure I'm not getting any other work messages. Chess Bunzo says, I invented it's not you, it's me. Well, what about the reverse, right? What about the reverse? How about the it's not me, it's you? That's kind of nice. We like that one. It's not you, you were poggers. It's me, I'm Omega Lol. Very nice. All right, I have Runtish on my rack, I just realized. I don't think, oh, Runtish and Photon. So that's nice. Creation is a little better than aeration. Yeah, so aeration, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are pointing out aeration going here. So the issue with aeration is that it scores less. And as Jeremy said, flexibility for an S hook, much more so, right? When you put an S hook onto the board, you definitely are thinking to yourself, well, can my opponent end words, long words, in an S in that spot? So creation cannot accommodate a long word ending in S. It is worth noting, though, that even though words with S's in them, frequently, very, very often, the S is at the end. The S is also the most common starting letter of words. So you're not getting off scot-free by putting creation on the board. The S can still play down more than any other letter can, but it's much less pronounced. It's something like 11 or 12% of all words that are 7 or 8 letters start with an S, and like 40% of them end in an S or something insane, something huge. So, but either way, there is another nuance, which is just that aerations, when you put aeration on the board right here, all of these nice 1-point tiles are completely exposed out in space, right? So you can easily imagine more bingos. There's just a ton of space where you might be giving your opponent the one letter that they need to get a bingo down, right? And that could be the case for all of these letters right here. 5 letters are completely out in open space, whereas creation is far more specific, right? These letters are nowhere near as open. Very, very specific with what words you can still play here. It has to be at the very beginning of each of these words, or else it's not going to fit. So Best asked, if you were very far behind, would aerations be more of a potential play because of the variance? And the answer is yes, you would definitely value that variance much more so. But at the same time, it is a lot fewer points, right? You're not hitting with creation. At least you get a 3-point tile involved, and you're hitting a double word score, right? Aeration does none of that. You're getting very meager bonuses to the face value of your letters. So all of those positional considerations are important, getting more room for your S, getting more room for bingos top to bottom, but also leaving that many points on the board will hurt you as well. So it's, a lot of things to consider. You guys are totally thinking the right way about this. Like, valuing those. I'm going to play this. I might have something better somewhere, but I'm sure this is fine. Oh, man, look at this. This is crazy. I'm drawing really well. I wonder if lividly is a word. Yeah, it is. So if I have a place to play lividly somewhere, I wonder if I have some long play. Like, no, I don't think so. Yeah, I can't imagine a play coming down that lets me play lividly. I probably have to come up with something else. Unlividly. Yes. Oh yeah, there I could play. Or also unveiled, almost unveiled. Isn't veiledly a word? Where can I put that on the board? I think veiledly is a word. So if I get an E, which is maybe slightly more likely somehow, right? Getting an E, some play that goes down here that puts an E out in space, that's not impossible, and that would let me play veiledly. All right, not quite, but hold on. Let's just think. The L. Validly also, I bet, is a word. There's just no space for those things. It's good. I think here it's going to be the O or N or bust. I don't think, maybe the T is worth thinking about briefly. Other than that, I'm not imagining bingoing here, which that's okay. I'm up 100. I'm just doing my, diligence to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Let's see. Is it worth keeping LY together here? This O. I don't think I have it. And there's nothing that fits under here, so I can't do anything clever overlapping. I could just play... Yeah, I don't know. Am I supposed to just play Vil and leave this DLY combination, which probably will materialize into a DLY blank will probably become a bingo more than it kind of feels like here. Maybe boldly. I don't think bovidly is a word. That'd be funny. Bovinely, not bovidly. Okay, this is kind of tricky. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything super obvious. Oh, is there something? I have this little spider sense that there could definitely be a bingo here. I would want to look at this a little more carefully. But, all right, what should I do? Dully for 22. Maybe just Vil. Let's just play Vil. Let's play Vil. Hey, that girl Goldie, what's going on? Awesome. Watching with your mom. Wow, family entertainment. Oh, did I miss lividly somewhere good? Oh, maybe through this eye? Maybe, yeah, I'm supposed to play lividly through this eye. Yeah, Dustin did win. I think I was up pretty big in the game, and I was expecting there to be overtime. But yeah, no more cursing, exactly. So wait a second. I think this is Collins. Or maybe that's just the album title. Oh man, there's definitely, like, this feels like there should be bingos here. Even the N, there might be something through the N. It's close. It is so close to bingos. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look for a minute. Well, hold on. Let me just... Don't say anything if you guys see something here. Glycoside. Well, that I would never play anyway. I don't think it fits. Goldie's mom beat me at Scrabble for all the time as a kid. Figured it would make for good family bonding. Yes. Yeah, I think that's always the case. I mean, I don't know if it's up on the blog. Hey, official good father, his first chat. I'm doing good. I'm doing all right, all things considered. I was talking about a few things that are sort of weighing on my mind, including my little boy, my little cat's health. He's doing okay, but right now he's all by himself getting an ultrasound at the vet. So my thoughts are with him. I'm hoping that he doesn't have anything seriously wrong with him, but overall, I'm doing good. Can't complain too much. So yeah, it's kind of overdue. He's gone to the vet a couple times now, and now he's getting looked at by people who are gonna tell us how we can best help him. So that's good. Just eager to get him back. Thank you very much, Goldie. Thanks, Extra Typo. Thank you guys for the emotes. I will be sure to tell him when he's back safe and sound here today about the emote spam that he's been receiving. Hey, and a new follower. I need to, something about my stream alerts I'm going to need to test a little more, but thank you, Gideon, for following. Official Gidfather, one of our illustrious former school Scrabble online champions. Gideon, do you expect to compete in Washington, D.C.? are you aware, first of all, that there's going to be a school Scrabble event taking place? And will you be competing? Because that will be must-watch TV, if so. We will be very excited to follow your progress. Definitely let us know. So yeah, that's definitely my next, the next thing in my bullseye, as I do expect to have one, Josh. Still working out the details and like how those people will be compensated for their time and all of that sort of thing. So the answer to that is yes. It's not, don't know any more details for now. But yes, I do think so. Yeah, in my hometown, exactly. It's right in Gideon's backyard. Okay, I gotta watch my time again. Can't have a repeat issue of the. Oh, and Gertchie with the gifted sub. That is amazing because Gertchie, I don't know if you know, but it is definitely one of the Gidfather's pastimes to panhandle for subs, often successfully because he is so charming and because we all love official Gidfather. But yeah, it looks like he was successful. Thank you very much, Gertchie. Appreciate that. All right, why can't I find something that goes here? I can't find anything that fits here. I guess the reason why is this is the only tile that fits in that spot, so it's not as easy as it looks. So what am I supposed to do here? I don't know. I gotta play something quickly. Maybe just like godly. No, that's not good. Something through this U. Cludgy, cuddly. This doesn't feel right. There we go. That's what I'm looking for, I think. Okay. Surely I have something now. This O. Decibel. Be uncled. I have be uncled at the very least. Aren't we all be uncled? Gideon says, well, I need a bit of advice while I'm here. I want to win this tourney. What's the best thing I can do? What's the best I can do? Josh, is that something that was said on my Babel Royale streams? Oh, did Joel say that? Did Joel say that on my when I was like getting close to partner? It's one of my commands, but you must have added that. Oh, it's Heidi. Okay. Oh my god, I totally should have known that. That makes the most sense. Yeah. That is too funny. Oh my god, we'll have to tell her that she became so what is that command on my channel? Is it just like exclamation point Heidi gives that? Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, I have this. There we go. That's even better. Boring. Thank you. Okay, and I also realize now that I unwittingly set up the B that I drew. So I have this, belaced, I have core belled, I just need to not go overtime. So let's play. We're gonna have to play quickly from here on out. As well, Arlong has 2 minutes, so he can go a lot faster. Well, SHIT got I literally just permitted that. So it was going to get auto modded. I'm trying to, or maybe Josh did? No, I did. Yeah, Gideon, I would just say, just make sure you're playing a few practice games. Make sure you're not, playing your first games in a very long time at the tournament. And then as far as like word review, just those, the high probability bingos are really the ones that if you're just looking to quickly get back into fighting shape, just that top, however much you know already, something that you can study really fast. That's all you really need, I think. Let's do this. Um, that seems pretty good. I drew really well. Look at how nice that is. Do I have anything? What looks good for my Z here? Surely there's something cool. I don't know. Even just like this, I could just play this and be fine. Maybe there's a Z play here. Oh, okay. Very nice. I'll play this. Just need to keep the pressure on and make sure I'm not going overtime. That's the way I can lose here. It put both of my E's. It did the thing. It put both of my E's on the board. No, actually, that was me typoing. That was me typoing. I was aware. So the reason that I did that was actually a typo. I didn't notice that to be an error. Hey, Super Trooper, nice to see you. Because the reason why I did that was because I forgot that it was already threw an E on the board, and then I thought I had done something wrong, and I hit the E a couple different times. All right, the game is almost over. I just need to make sure that I have one more play that's not going to put me overtime. I guess I would like to use my G here if I can. I'll just play Zag. Well, now I have to, I guess I have Rin. Okay, there we go. Rin goes down. Okay, I made it to the end of the game. Yeah, the dirty flag almost. Dustin executed it, but once he did, I was on guard against it for the rest of the stream. So, yeah, for sure. GG Arlong, thank you very much for the second game. So we have hit the 2-hour mark. I know I went live, I think at like 3:02 or something like that, but nevertheless, it's 5:03 here in U.S. Eastern Time. So that's going to do it for today's stream. Really appreciate everybody stopping by, playing some games, having some fun in the chat. Once again, really cool article. If you guys missed it, if you were watching the coverage of the Canadian Scrabble Classic, some of what you're going to read in that article will be familiar to you, but it's a really, really cool story about some of the cool coincidences and crazy moments that happen if you play enough Scrabble. So with that, let's see if we can find a good rating target here. If anybody has anyone that's doing anything word-like, feel free to suggest. But otherwise, let's just see. Do we have anybody doing Babel Royale or Scrabble or anything? Let's see. Scrabble is just me. Babel Royale with 3 viewers. Chess, crosswords, Wordle with 125. We've already rated that guy, Kenny Haller. He has 87 viewers. He seemed a little bit nonplussed by my raid. Any suggestions? Yeah, crosswords is actually another good one. 11 viewers. Oh, actually, it's somebody that has crosswords, but is actually playing, it looks like the Quordle. So I'll send a raid. I'm not familiar with this guy. He has a funny name, Flaming Toe Jam. That's kind of fun. And he's playing some Wordle, so maybe he'll be excited to get a raid from Scrabble. So let's go see what this fella is up to. Someone that is a word gamer, playing some variant of Wordle. Maybe it'll be fun to surprise him with a raid from Scrabble. And yeah. Thanks very much. Thank you, Goldie. Thanks, everybody. And stay tuned for Josh on Thursday. He will be next up on twitch.tv/Scrabble. All right, gang. See you later.